I feel good, you know. I feel really good. You see, people think so much that they can go off and cross me. It's not a good idea. See, when you don't need somebody to exist or live, it becomes a problem for them when you don't need them. And see, that's what this whole point in this exercise was about. People think they know what they don't know. I had a business partner I had to let go. And it was because they thought they knew something they didn't know. It's terrible. Had so much potential to really be something, but because they didn't know what they thought they knew, they end up at the bottom. Now, me, I know what I'm talking about. And I don't want to air a lot of this person's business out, but I know what I'm talking about. And if I tell you something, it's either from experience or someone who had the experience. It's from a very good source, and I have very good information. All you have to do is follow everything to the T, to the letter, and you shall be fine. But when you think you know more than me and can tell me what's what, then that's when we have a problem. So that's what happened. It cost me a little bit of money, but it cost her more. Sorry about that. I had to get rid of the feds. Feds with me for no reason. That guy in the Mercedes with the lights on syndrome. Thanks for the donation, Mr. Cino. You will be fine, bro. I know. Things got a little dim, a little dark around the edges. And when I say that, this cop is really asking for it. He's really trying to go above and beyond. Junior G-Man badge. Now, here's what she did wrong. And this is why the employee had to get let go. Now, 4 times, and I do mean 4, she was about their job and position. I said, okay, here it is that what you need to do, and here's the task you need to have done. Okay, She knows her job. Right? She knows her job. So it's like, all right, well, she knows what she's doing from here. Shouldn't be any problems. She knows how to do her job. Then there was a time where the job was done, but it wasn't done the way it should have been done. And you start saying to yourself, that's strange. It says this is supposed to be done this way, but it doesn't look like it's done that way. That's very strange to me. Why is that? So then you point it out to them and say, hey, this isn't done the way it was supposed to be done. What happened with this? And they give you okay, well, I thought I should do it this way because, I've been doing this, so I know. I'm like, no, it doesn't work that way, because if you do it this way, there's bound to be failure. Because all it takes is the one complaint of why did you skip the procedure and just go do A, B, C, and D. See, the reason why I can't tell you in detail what it is, because it details the layouts of the business. But if a client asks you to do something in a specific order, every order is different. For their own personal reasons, the client doesn't like procedures done to a certain degree. They want to pass the work off as their own, which is their total right to do. After they're just paying us to do the work, they want to put their name and label and stuff on the thing and say they did it. So I said, please, remember, you have to do the procedures right. Have to remove, use that, go get that scalpel with the razor, go over the line like I told you, remove it, do the thing the way you've been taught and trained. So she makes a mistake. And she sends one of the boxes. She totally forgot to remove the actual label that she was supposed to. And hence says there is a problem. A big problem. Because now that we have this big problem, they don't have to pay, which is right up their alley. They're like, look, they don't want their client to grow a brain and say, hey, this company here is doing the work. Why don't we just go to them and cut out the middleman, which is them? And that would not be good for us. So we had to make a promise that if that company ever came to us, we would have to turn them down. And I said, well, I don't know what the company is or their name, so I can't turn them down. If they were to come, unless you tell us the name, then I'll say I'll recluse from doing business with them as long as me and you are in business. So we've come to an understanding and agreement, but the problem had to be rectified. So this person had to be relieved of duty from my company. Incompetent. That's not important. What's important is that this person was relieved of duty. Now, this person has been relieved of duty. We have a situation now. This person believes she was not notified in a timely fashion, made up things in her mind that she believed is law, and that she was not given certain rights, and it was a terrible working environment, even though she works from home. And it's amazing to me how this all lays out, but in her mind, she was not treated fairly. She actually believes that she was treated very poorly. And I remember when she came to me and stated she needed a job, she needed to make some extra money, and that's all she's needing is a break, a chance. I just need a chance. And I'm like, Chance the Rapper? Like him? I just want to make some extra money to help out around the house and to help out with my daughter. I need some extra money. Can you help me, Mr. Carcino? Help me, help me, help me. And I helped her. And all she did was help herself get fired. Now she wants to blame me. She had the easiest job in the world. Her job comes through every morning, Monday through Friday, on a piece of paper. Well, not even a piece of paper. Email. No, I didn't hit her. Not a piece of paper, but an email that would come through that tells her exactly what to do. Every day. Monday through Friday does not fail. She's told what to do and how to do it. Every day. Imagine you had a job every day that just literally you have it printed out in front of you. You can print it out if you want, but it's on your computer screen, it's on your phone. Tells you your job, what you have to do for the whole day. You're on your own time. No boss is standing over your shoulder to tell you what to do, how to do it. All you got to do is do your job. And you have the whole day to do it. And you can't even do it? Or you can't do it correctly? When you think you know what you don't know. That's what this boils down to. When you think you know something that you don't know. Every 2 weeks, she gets a check. The company paid her every 2 weeks. Even the guaranteed amount that we agreed on, she gets it every 2 weeks. Now she gets nothing. She gets paid for the screw up that she did. And then she thinks, well, this is the first time I screwed up. Oh, no. See, here's the problem. If this was the first screw up, yes, she could be forgiven. If she was to say, okay, this is the first slip up, even though it costs a little money, in the end, it's still going to be worth more than anything we can get done. We could do this work with our heads. You know, we can do this with our hands behind our back. It's easy money. But her incompetence. She forgot 4 major mistakes. I didn't know. Because of me, you're not going to lose a client. I won't lose a client. Too good to lose a client. Because I could really do the entire job myself without her. I don't need her. That's the thing. Having her just alleviated myself and created more time for me in the day to do other things. That's it. But you never ask the person that's paying you. You never ask the person that's paying you, what are you doing? Would you ask your boss what your boss is doing? Yeah, I'm doing this. What you doing? When you pay me, you could ask me that question. But if I'm paying you, you have no right to ask that question. See, this is the fourth time she's made a mistake in less than 1 year. It's been less than what, 6 months? And she's making mistakes like this. I told, what was the first mistake? The first mistake, it was early on. You're going to make some mistakes. We didn't lose any money, but it's like, don't do this again. The second time, she lost the information, said she didn't get the email. She lied. She just blew it off and thought that she could do it on her own time and tried to rush and do it at the last minute. Strike two. Strike three, she didn't deliver it to the right place. Screwed up on the address, got messed up with the delivery with the trucking service. She's supposed to use AB freight. She used A&B freight. I mean, she went to A&B trucking, and then instead of ABF, AB freight, she got A&B. They're two different companies. She was explaining this very thoroughly. Do not get that confused. It's written down on pieces of paper in front of her. She knows. ABF and B are two different companies. That's ABFF and then A&B trucking company. They're two different companies. Do not get caught up and make that mistake. She made that mistake. I know that's confusing because it happens. You could put something and ship it to the wrong trucking company and cost yourself money. So we are very, very adamant about that, period. That's like an everyday training exercise. Don't mix that up. So again, the third time she tried to, again, not take any blame. It's somebody else's fault, not her. Oh, the email didn't have the information in there. The one you sent me was wrong. I said, you know what? Let me check it. In the email, I said, in the email, it's already saved in the email. So that means every email I sent you would have been wrong from the very first time we done it. It's in the notes. When it's all done, that's like pinned in every email I send you is that information on how to ship it. In the warnings. It's got two parentheses. It's always going to be correct. So if it was wrong, it would have never appeared like this at all. It'd have been wrong every time you got an email. It's pinned in there. You just made the mistake. Just own it. She didn't own it. And then eventually she said, oh, yeah, you're right. I just read it wrong. I know you did. See, you don't know what you think you know. And this is mistake number 4. This one has cost us money. It's not a lot, but you cost us money. Then you're going to get an attitude act like, well, I did all the work and I did this. Okay, well, but we hired you. So obviously we know what we're doing. We don't need you. to run everything. So after her tantrum, she calmed down and apologized and wants to start back doing it. She was like, I know, look, I made a mistake. I'll make it up. We could start back then. After I said no, that's okay. Now she wants to, well, I wasn't treated fairly, and I think this is a violation of codes, and the way you talk to me is inappropriate, and no one should have to work under these conditions. And I don't know. I'm just saying, I just think this is unfair. I make one mistake. I listed out the four mistakes. I was learning. You act like someone should learn. That should be, you don't know how to train people. I was like, I don't know how to train, or you don't know how to listen. All your information is right in front of you. I can get a 8-year-old, eighth grader who can come in there and put this together. Put somebody in eighth grade in this position, what you're doing, they could do your job for you. She's not stupid. She just don't know what she thinks she knows. When somebody think they know something, they just do what they want to do because they think they know something, and they find out that they don't really know anything. And it happens to work out that way. So she's learning now. Because once I told her I already had somebody for the job, oh well. Always have a contingency plan. I was grooming someone to do the job already. They already know how to do the job. They're waiting for the moment they get the chance to do it. Now they're gonna do it. So starting Monday, they're up. And she's out.